What's up, people? We're back for another reaction. This one was sent in to me by, I believe, Robert. Let me look again. I always forget to look. Uh, yeah, Robert May from overseas, uh, and it's a Midwest 405 channel, Midwest Streetcar channel. Chief uh, says we have an engine tech knock, and it's uh, the latest, his latest, I guess, latest video. Uh, I am uploading this. He sent this a couple of days, 2 or 3 days ago. Let's see here, about 3 days ago. Yeah, maybe 3 days ago. Wait, there's a date. 4 days ago. He sent it 4 days ago, and we're just now reacting to it. And you won't see it until not tomorrow, but the next day. Um, but he sent it to me at limpyreacts@gmail.com, and like, subscribe, comment down below. The way you can help this channel out is give it a thumbs up. Uh, oh boy. Uh, Watch the video all the way to the end. If it has music, people, if it has music on there, sometimes I have to mute out the music. So, you know, so if we're talking and you don't hear nothing, then it's because it's muted out and there's music playing or something. But anyway, um, and here we go. Diagnosing 6.2 problems. Escalade. So it's got to be an Escalade motor. Or, yeah, well, I forgot they got an Escalade too. So I don't know. It might be. I don't know. We'll find out. Oh boy, I ain't got no audio. Oh boy, we'll start. I ain't got no audio. We have my audio. All right, there we go. We'll back up. All right, we got audio. We got audio.
Close the pneumonia hole.
Howdy.
Howdy. What'd you do, Richard?
I made a new shirt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
Checkered flag. Want to see the front?
Oh wait, let me slide down here.
Nice.
Mhm.
I like it.
And we restocked all the Caddy Jack stuff, the Crow Judge stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
We got new keychains, the ones that you've stolen 60% of.
I love those keychains.
Clearly.
I love the glow in the dark keychains. I love illuminating things with past tense light. So now stop avoiding the question. What'd you do?
What'd you do?
What'd you do to your Escalade?
Oh man. I think had a rough leg.
What did you do?
Well, it all started with the neglected oil changes, the running in and out of oil, the
Yep.
oil pump running
Yep.
out one time.
Yeah.
Well, not running out, but like it shut off in the middle of the highway at like 85 mile an hour that one time. Yeah.
All of those things could do it, obviously.
What'd you do?
I didn't do anything. I don't drive that thing. You drive that thing.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't drive that thing. I can count on one hand how many times I've driven it in the last 2 years, 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because my
They
license
got a
is
logo right
suspended
there.
doesn't mean that,
Anywho,
Oh,
so a few weeks ago, I was driving to the shop, right?
Right,
In the Escalade.
right,
Right.
right.
And
And it wasn't knocking.
it's still not knocking.
Okay.
2 miles from here, it started taking really bad. So I was like, So I got here and I just stopped driving it because we were in the middle of the saga of testing your car. So we just parked it. And
How you gonna blame this on me? Hi.
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 meow.
What are you doing, buddy?
What are you doing? He said, what's going on? So we parked the truck.
Yep.
We parked the truck a few weeks ago, and we decided that when we had some time, if we got some crap weather, that we would address it then. And
Yep.
It's that time.
Now is then. It's 3
Where they
degrees
got some
outside, and it's
they
time to
got
work
some
on the
crap weather.
Escalade. Quick recap. What is it? What year is it?
It's a 2016 Cadillac Escalade. For other reference, it's a 6.2 L86. This is Big Boots.
I was more specifically referring to the Cadillac.
Yeah, this is
one
a
with the-
tuxedo cat.
He doesn't have a
He
knocking
got his
problem.
voice from me. You could tell who's raised him. He goes, "My."
He's a real feral cat, ain't he? Look at him.
Vicious.
Yeah.
Viciously feral.
All right, well, Boots, let's get this thing ripped apart, huh? What do you think?
Sell these t-shirts, Boots.
What do you think about? What do you think? What do you think about the new shirts, Boots?
Say, please buy a shirt. It supports us feral kitties.
What do you think about the new shirt, Boots?
We'll have all the information down there in the links too, if they have it down there. I'm listening. Oh yeah. Put some Marvel's Mystery Oil on that and just let it roll. Yeah, Marvel's Mystery Oil. Put the top in and the fuel tank. Let it eat, man. You'll be good.
When the ECU sees light throttle or low load, basically you're not going up a hill, you're not towing anything, and you're not trying to pass somebody, and you're at a what they call steady state of cruise and stuff. It's like, hey, she don't need all 400 horse ponies. It cuts this, cuts down to 4 cylinders basically. Displacement on demand.
And what is the VVT?
VVT is variable valve timing.
Which is the cam moving.
Variable valve timing. So
Valve.
yeah, basically when we degree a
Valve.
camshaft on a race motor, we say we're going to install it 8 degrees advanced, or well, probably not, but 8 degrees retarded. Yeah. Well, would you do that to change the power band?
I'm a little
Take the
retarded.
same camshaft and make higher RPM horsepower or make a lower RPM torque?
It's a joke, people.
The factory has figured out a way to put it on a variable valve, GM did. I'm sure somebody figured it out a million years ago, but Amish people probably had it on horses. Now they're using them on Escalades. So as it's going down the road, it'll say, hey, this lady doesn't need high RPM horsepower, and it'll change the cam timing as they're driving down the road. Pretty fancy.
Technology.
At its finest.
Yes.
But the problem is all these systems are electronic over hydraulic over mechanical, basically. Highfalutin technological devices here to say, hey, you do this, and then the oil pump has to say, oh great, now I got to run all this crap too. Not enough that I'm running, this 78,000 pound vehicle down the road.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just a thing that happens. And around 100,000 miles, these deals tend to shit the bed.
Which we are past 100,000 miles by about 16,000.
Yeah.
On top of, we're just going to admit that we
Damn, it's a 16. It's only got 116,000 miles on
and
it.
it's had oil pump problems.
When we're racing,
That's actually pretty
the
good.
race cars get the maintenance. The tow rig gets the maintenance.
And everything else gets neglected.
Everything else.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
everything. Tools, shop, cars, emotions, everything.
Okay,
So
this got off.
yeah, we didn't, we just don't do it the way we're supposed to. But when we make those decisions, it's like, hey, would we rather work on the race car, or later on we'll work on the tow rig?
It's
or,
not even
or
really
not
a
the tow
choice.
rig,
It's like there's a race tomorrow.
yeah, we didn't have it.
So we're gonna push off this oil change, and then we get back and we forgot about it.
And then we realize though, hey, if it breaks, we'll fix it, and that's what we're doing.
So tell everybody what you did without filming it.
Yeah. So you know me.
Yeah. You just
The genius that I
cameras are
am.
gone.
I'll smoke to
She's
that.
like, hey, we're doing that. What are we doing today? And I said,
We agreed that we were doing this.
I said, we're going to do the Escalade. I thought. She said, yes, that's what we're doing. I was like, sweet. See, I knew what we were doing. Yes. And I was like, I'm going to get that Escalade in here while she's gone, and I'm going to diagnose it real quick so that I look smarter on camera. So, cut the oil filter open, expecting to find Gold Rush, expecting to be old prospector in there.
Worst, yeah.
Yeah. Because it sounds like a rod. I just think
No,
it
it
sounds
doesn't.
like a rod. Like, whatever. So, but oil
Sound
filter
like a-
didn't have any trash in it.
Sound like a
so
lifter tapping.
now, we're back to the DOD lifter issue probably is what we were thinking. It's in my head. It's first, I'm just going to jerk the valve covers real quick.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Because, on a race
You
car.
love to take a valve cover off.
I do love to take a valve
It's
cover off.
annoying.
On a race.
Every time I start my car, I'm like, why is it smoking? And you're like, oh man, I had the valve covers off. Probably leaked oil all over your
To
head.
me,
Check
it's
my
just
rockers, man. I was checking the rockers.
Let's get a valve cover off that deal. So I was like, well, I checked the oil filter, nothing was in there, and I was like, you know what, let's get a valve cover off this rig real quick.
Oh my goodness.
And so I got the valve cover off, and I was expecting it to be on the driver's side, because I'm really good with directional hearing.
Yeah.
Really, like a dog.
Huh?
Like,
Every time I'm like, what is
What?
that? And I turn to the left, he goes, no, it's to the right.
and I'm always wrong.
Mhm.
So I figured it was on the driver's side, so I pulled the valve cover off. All the rockers seem okay, but I'm like, maybe it's a bent push rod.
Yeah, because we were YouTubing this last night, and somebody said it was a broken push rod, so we were just gonna buy a push rod.
Well, and so there's another thing. When you disable the DOD in the tune-up, but you don't do it mechanically, which is the way we did it because
We're lazy.
we have laptop fingers and
Yeah, you
not
do.
wrench hands. So
Yeah, you do.
so we disabled the DOD in the tune-up, and I was like, done, fixed, cured. Never have to worry about that again. When we were researching it, it said that sometimes when you disable it in the tune-up, some people have experienced that it'll bend a push rod every once in a while.
Just mild symptoms.
I should have looked that up before. Probably
Whoops.
before I did it, I should have looked that up because that might be something I would think about. I would be like, if they said that, I'd be like, I'd rather just take a lifter out than to be
push
driving
rod.
down the road and get a push rod. Because of me, at least if a DOD lifter goes out, I can blame GM. If a push rod bends, it's because I did it in the tune-up. So. Well, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna jerk about. Let's get a valve cover off this rig, right?
Can't have no valve covers on
And
anything
then there
that's
was
getting diagnosed.
all the
around
rockers
here.
were good, and I was like, well, all right. I'm gonna take the DOD rockers off,
Which is 1, 7, 4,
4
and
and
6.
6, right? Nice job,
Yeah.
nice job. I'm gonna get those off, but I was just on the driver's side still. So I'm gonna get those 1 and 7 off real quick. Just
And
pop
you just
them out of there.
blacked out and started taking
And
the
then,
ones off.
and then none of those push rods were bent. And I was like, you know what? I bet it was my weird directional hearing issues
Huh?
that I was born with. So I went to the passenger side and I said, let's get this valve cover over here. Let's get it.
There can't be any valve covers
We gotta
inside.
get some valve covers out. Look, these tables, these flat surfaces need some valve covers on them. So,
Yeah.
so I got
That's
that
you.
valve cover off, and what do you know? All those rockers were good. And I was like, well, let's get these push rods out of this rig. And so I did that. And now here we are. You came back after feeding the dogs, and
There's no valve covers on.
there's no valve covers.
So what'd you find?
Nothing. Not a fucking thing. Everything looks great.
Don't lie. It's nothing in there.
Other than the knocking, nothing
Knocking.
wrong with it.
What is the purpose of taking the DOD ones off? Explain that for
Well, because if the
friends.
DOD lifter failed, closed or whatever, then it would have a whole lot of lash. So all the rockers would be good, except for that one, it'd just be over here like this, and nothing be happening. Because the
It's not-
lifter's not riding on the
yeah.
camshaft anymore.
It's not rocking.
The rocker's not rocking, lifter's not lifting,
No.
cam's not camming.
No.
Bob's your uncle. So
In that case, then you would know which head to pull off.
and in the past, when I have done this procedure, it was, hey, there's the one, it's not even moving. Jerk that head off, shove a lifter in there, put the head back on it, and it's good to go. The weirdest part is, I feel like, ain't nothing wrong with cam or lifters. So, but
'Cause you're
just so
just
that,
a Debbie Downer, and you always want it to be bottom side.
but just so that we'll be sure, we're gonna get the rest of the rockers out of this rig. We're gonna get some heads off. Now we're talking.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready to get some cylinder heads off something.
No.
And the only thing in here that needs the cylinder heads off of it is that one right there.
Yeah, please don't touch them on my race car.
Everything else, that's the weird thing about us. This is the first time ever.
Stop.
First time ever. Everything is hauling ass.
So we think.
Yeah, I mean, true.
But so the first step right now is we got to put the valve covers back on
Why?
to take all the intake shit off and
Oh,
not
yeah,
drop
you don't
something
want to
down
get
in
dirt
there.
and all this. You don't want, yeah, I
We
feel
don't
you.
want to muck up the place,
You don't want
you
to
know.
muck it all up. Is that what'd you fall in? Some muck? You have no idea what I'm talking about. That movie probably came out before you were born. But
I'm
for
sure.
those of you that know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Some crud, some muck, white mud. Let's get the heads off this rig. Let's get some coolant on the
Put the
ground.
valve covers back on this deal.
Look, it ain't a party till we get some fucking coolant on the ground.
Go
That's
on,
fact.
All right, get some heads off. All right, what do we got here? 1978 Brougham Cadillac DeVille Brougham. What are you doing? Oh, you're putting them back on. Oh yeah, we don't want to get no dirt in there.
No muck.
So we're going to be I'm going to be commenting on these two yahoos taking apart this Cadillac here. Oh yeah, good shot. Good shot. We can really see what you're doing there, Tim the tool man. This is the part where you delicately attempt to take
Pulls
off
all
the
the
plastic cover on top of
harnesses.
the intake manifold, which after 2 hours of delicately trying to do that. We looked it up on YouTube, and those guys, nobody ever shows how they get these off. So I'm starting to think it's magic, and I'm not a wizard, so I only know one way to get something off, and that is with 10 snips. Call me a heat and air guy all you want, but that is a meathead cutting the fucking intake cover off of a 2016 Escalade with a set of 10 snips. You will not see that anywhere else on YouTube, folks.
It worked, people. Look at there.
My God.
I got it off.
They're still happening back there, just floating around. It's just flapping back there. Man. See, these are the things we're supposed to cut out of the videos, Jackie. I know, if you can't put a word into the editor, don't show me working on a 2016 Cadillac Escalade with a set of 10 snips. There you go. Look, there. Got it. See?
Look at there.
Just like on TV. Came right out. Get rid of that. We don't need that. How much you want to bet none of that shit goes back in here?
I already threw it away.
This motherfucker will be lucky if
She already threw it away.
Tunnel ram and a couple of Braswells. Look at the intake ports on that rig, and I'm not talking about the car. This is one of them rigs where the fuel injectors are under the manifold here. So there's all these fuel lines. That's me pointing to everything, showing her what I think needs to be done. And as she pulls the fucking fuel line off, it literally squirts high pressure fuel right in my facial orifices. I mean, dead center, right down the pipe.
But did you die?
So now we got to get the injectors out of the heads, because that's where they put injectors nowadays. Not in the intake manifold where it's easy. They put them in the cylinder head now. So the fuel is only in the combustion chamber, and it's not in the intake port. So the intake ports look like shit all the time. So we got to get the fuel rails off this diesel, and that's my little toolkit that doesn't work. I broke the first try. Yeah, buddy. I was mad, boys. I was mad. That was after the 10 snip thing, so you know how mad I was. When I get the 10 snips out on the rig like this, we're pissed off. So gotta get the plugs out, because that should have been the first thing we did, but some guy likes to take the valve covers off before he does anything.
Well, hell yeah.
He says, let's cut the oil filter open, take the valve cover off. First thing we're doing, anything comes in the shop. But it just needs a battery. Get the oil filter cut open and get the valve covers off of it. Gotta get the plugs out. That takes 14 hours. You gotta have flashlights everywhere, in your mouth, in your ears. Yep, valve covers coming back off. Let's get them off of there, my favorite part. There comes my favorite part. Let's get the valve covers back off. Man, you're lucky that fucking radiator wasn't hot when you took that cap off just now.
It was already off.
I'm just saying. Oh, well, good. That's just dangerous, I heard.
Don't be like Jimmy Dale.
Looking like one of the Avengers.
I'll joke. I'll joke. It's a joke, people.
Yeah, I got them off there. See, so I got a head start on this rig, so I had a couple of rockers off of it. So this is Jackie pulling the rest of the rockers off, because once I get the valve covers and rockers off, I don't really want to fuck with it no more. I'm done. I just want to find the problem and then go, hey, there's the problem. But she's getting the push rods out, checking them all out, which ain't none of them bent. This deal's fine. Other than the knock, there ain't nothing wrong with it. If you haven't ever worked on one of these, I would suggest don't do it. But if you need to, 8mm, get the rockers off of there. Get the push rods out. And because it's a GM product, the heads have to come off to get the lifters out. Pontiac's never had that problem, but whatever. For some reason, the heads are under the deck on this, so you gotta get the heads off to get the lifters out.
The whole motor's under the windshield, so it's nice.
Oh yeah, it's real nice. Cab forward design. Man, we can't see nothing. Now I know how people at home feel. We can't see nothing but your shoulder half the time. Which is a beautiful shoulder, don't get me wrong. Yeah, the push rods they look like, brand new. They look like they just got started. Jesus Christ. This ought to be a commercial for changing your oil. So now we're pulling the head bolts out. One of them is a Allen head for some reason. I like how GM just likes to throw that in there. They're just like, hey, oh, there it goes. Look at there. Cometic head gasket. Not Cometic. You know what I mean.
Close
MLS
enough.
head gasket from the factory, baby. Yeah. Looks like shit. 415,000 miles, you said?
No.
Oh, that's what it looks like. Yeah, these direct injected deals are weird. So you got to pull the buckets out, and then there's the lifter buckets or whatever, lifter trays they call them. Got to get them out, and then you get the lifters out, get the cylinder heads off, and this is after being wore out from just pulling the fucking injectors out of the head. And then there it is. She found it. The smoking gun. Number 2 lifter is wiped smooth out. It looks like there was a fire on the roller of that lifter.
What's that? Sound like a lifter.
Put it out with a pitchfork. The oil, it looks like varnish.
Guess it's better than
looks like whatever it was that
you got everything off. You might as well put a cam in it
or
and
whatever
heads
found when
and
he was shooting at that rabbit. You ever seen anybody make a duck call out of a lifter? Here, duck. Here, duck. Come here, duck.
Oh my god.
wah, wah, wah.
Look at the dad.
This feels bad.
So the funny part is, that's the last cylinder that I pulled the lifters out of. In second to last cylinder, you were hopeless. You're like, it's in the bottom. It's in the bottom.
Yeah. I was like, ain't no way. It's number 2. The easiest one to get to. I should have pulled it first. But it never works out as the easiest one. It's always the hardest one to get to.
But you checked that rocker and it wasn't.
Well, a rocker ain't gonna tell you that it's, chewed up like a soup sandwich. Now we gotta find us some ports.
We need to shop around on YouTube.
Yeah, we need to get us a 3/4 race cam. We want the 2 steps above potato cam.
Yeah.
Potato.
Like hard potato.
We want a rolling potato. We gotta call around, do some shopping. We're gonna get you a big old gnarly camshaft in this rig. I know some guy who can probably tune this deal.
Hopefully not the same guy that turned it off, man. Or not.
Same guy, but he gives you a good deal. He'll give you a good deal, though.
Apologize for his mistakes.
He'll give you. He don't apologize for mistakes.
No.
He just makes more.
Yeah, even though he did.
But he'll give you a good deal.
He's like, I'll promise I'll make.
But it's
time.
cheap.
We're not telling Gerald about this.
Oh no.
Nobody tell Gerald.
Please don't tell Gerald.
Because he will be all ashamed of us like a dad,
Yeah.
He's like, y'all still haven't learned about oiling?
Gerald will go, what oil are you running in this thing?
None, really.
And I'll say, I'm not. Thought that was your job. Yep, we're gonna call and get us some parts. So, and then you still gotta get the camshaft out. You gotta take the injectors over to Deechworks, have them clean. First, you gotta log them, write them all down, do all that. Take those. Yeah, you got a lot of work to do.
Are you gonna show the list?
What, you showed them?
I cropped it out.
You can't see anything anyway.
Not with you fucking filming.
Are you? What
Can you
is?
bring it to the camera? Up. Down. Out. There, stop. Turn the roller, not the... They're gonna be like, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, if there ain't, it's got a rod knock. Yep, so there you go.
There you go. All right, there you have, people. It was a lifter. Marvel's Mystery Oil. I don't know if Marvel's Mystery Oil would have fixed that, but I'm just saying. Like, subscribe, comment down below. I'll have all the links to the everything for them down there in the description as well. Like, side, comment down below, thumbs up, and that's about it. Hope you enjoyed it. Later.